Good morning. I am Dawn Black. I had some technical difficulties with the stream this morning. The original URL stream that I had set up would not cooperate with me, so I had to make a new one. So I'm afraid people are going to get lost, but I did the best I could. I mean, I'm 15 minutes late. I'm sorry. Um, anyway, good morning. I am Dawn Black, and this is Good Morning with Dawn. I'm the creator of Kitchen Witch Corner. That's this site, sacredhearth.com, and Wikipedia.com. And today I wanted to talk about beginning spells or rather, spells for beginning witches. When I'm on a few different forums, I get questions. I should say, get questions on a bunch of different forums from new witches, people new to the craft who are would like to try a spell or two, and they just pop out and they say, "Hey, I'm new. Does anybody have any recommendations for spells for new witches to try?" I just realized I'm unplugged. We're going to disappear here if I don't plug this in. Just a second. Plugging in. Um, so that question is, I mean, it's a reasonable question, I suppose, but it's also a very awkward question to answer. Because really, I don't know what kind of spell you should be trying until I know what you're trying to do. Um, the very first step of casting any spell is to set your intention. If you don't have a specific need, why are you casting spells? I mean, the need doesn't have to be big. It doesn't have to be like, life changing. It can be small. It can be, frivolous, even. That's fine, but you do need an intention. Like, you can cast your spell to, today I'm going to cast a spell so that, on myself, so that people who see me smile. Very simple. And that is a spell that can be cast um, in a variety of methods. So first, I do want to point out that the Wikipedia, has some very good resources for new witches. Very good articles, step by step. It even has a step by step article how to cast a spell. The very first step is to set your intention. Um, the second step, oh, now I'm going by memory. I'm not even looking at it. Is to make a plan. So when you come up and you say, "Hey, I want to know what spell I should cast," you're making a plan before you're setting attention. So you want to make your plan, and there are several different questions again that I would need to know the answer to before I could help you make a plan. Um, one moment. This is Abigail. She is lonely. Um, okay, so we're going to make a plan. You know your intention. You want everyone who sees you to smile. So your plan is going to be based on what materials you have available and the sorts of methods that appeal to you. So this is going to be sort of a projection glamour type spell. So I might enchant something, or either an object, or even a moisturizer or makeup or whatever I might be putting on that day, or a piece of jewelry. Probably something that I would wear close to my face. I might enchant my glasses, or my sweater. So to do that, very simple. You would set up your spell however you do according to your tradition, which is very individual. Um, light some candles, get something smelly. I probably would get something smelly. I'd probably do something like Florida water. Um, you can do incense, and then I would meditate, visualize my energy as very smiley, happy energy. I might not even enchant an object, really. I might just visualize my energy as shiny, happy energy. But depending on what you want to do, there's many different methods. Very simple for beginners. I am not sure that the way I would do it, which I just described, would be simple for beginners. Beginner skills that you may not yet have to change your own energy, to rather control your the manifestation of your own energy, may not be in your skill set yet. So that is something that you need to learn um, before you can do that. You can try. I mean, you fake it till you make it. That's a great. I mean, just keep pretending. That's fine. Um, but I also might have recommend a petition. Petitions are easy to do. They provide a focus, and again, there's an article on the Wikipedia about petitions. I have done a video about it, and it's in the Wikipedia YouTube. So the distracted. Petitions. Petitions are good for people who perhaps do not have some of the basic energy work type skills, because they provide a bunch of physical mundane activities. They involve a bunch of physical mundane activities that sort of direct your energy. So, and if you're religious, they're especially nice because you can direct them at a specific deity, and you can pray over them. And traditionally, they are prayed over as well in many traditions. So so you may want to do a petition. Uh, Container spells are also again very simple. If you have the materials, if you have a container in a container, jars are very popular, or very, I don't know, lots of people use jars. They don't have big jars. They don't have to be fancy jars. You can use, they don't have to be brand new jars. They should be clean. Um, I'm saying jars in plural. We're only doing one spell. We only need one jar. But but you can, but it doesn't have to be a jar either. If you don't have a jar, you could get a clean towel and put your stuff in the towel, and then tie it, like make a bundle with it and tie it with into a ribbon, or try it with a ribbon or a piece of twine. You can and again, container spells there is an article about container spells on the Wikipedia that will give you very detailed instructions on um, broad. Actually, they're broad. I do try to keep things broad on the Wikipedia because I want people to do things their own way. So I tend to say things like some people do this and some people do that, and this is a possibility and that is a possibility. So there's a couple different ways you can go with a container spell. And we do tend to look at things a little differently depending on the type of container we're using. So now a jar can be used to make a container spell that acts as a drawing object. So, so you could make a jar that draws joy. But usually, in my mind, anyway, and of course everybody is different. In my mind, I prefer a fabric container to that, or an open container, even like a bowl or like a sugar bowl or something like that. Something that's not sealed, um, or like a little pouch, like like this. You know, you can put your stuff in there. There's actually dice in here, but it could be a spell. You don't know. Um, so, but then with jars, I think of jars like a terrarium, like an environment inside. There's an environment inside the jar. So I utilize sympathetic magic. I take something that represents the target, which, in this case might be myself. And I put that item in the jar, and then surround it with things that represent my intention. And then I seal it in there. So now all of this is being attracted to um, to the jar. And you know what? I wouldn't use the jar that way for this particular spell. I might use it for a protection spell. Obviously, there are sweetener jars and sour jars and protection jars. They kind of work that way. But for this spell, I might use a cloth container, a baggie, and fill it with things that represent joy. And then, either uh, tuck it in my pocket or even tuck it in my bra so that it's kind of nearer to my face. You know what I mean? So that when people look at me, they are getting that. What else is good? Simple candle spells. Again, now the thing about these spells and the magic itself is not in the action. It's not in the stuff that you're doing. It's not in the stuff that you're putting in the jar or the bag. It's not really in that stuff. I mean, there's energy in that stuff, but the real magic is transforming your own energy. And these things that we're doing, these tactile things, these sensory things, are helping us to transform our own energy and focus it in a way that is, well, more. So instead of focusing your energy manually, I guess, you're doing it kind of automatically while you're doing physical things instead. That is what all that stuff in the spell is about. So candle magic, again, you pick a candle of the appropriate color, whatever color like you think represents joy or happiness or just general good feelings, agape. You can take the candle and you can carve symbols in it, happy faces, burn the candle while meditating on the candle. You can also address the candle. Again, I might use Florida water here. Before burning it, you would dress it with your joy oil or some scent that represents joy to you, and then you would meditate on the candle as it burns. Meditate on your intention and visualize it as the candle burns. That is actually an excellent way to work on those basic skills because you are practicing visualization. You're just simply being aided by this extra stuff that you're doing. So it's like a baby step in the direction to not needing to use the tools at all. Yeah. And is there an article about candle magic on the Wikipedia? I can't remember. There definitely should be. I'm going to write that down right now to double check and make sure there is candle magic. And that is my story today. That is all I wanted to talk about today. Today is Friday, so I will not be back tomorrow. Tomorrow's Saturday. We have so much going on tomorrow. It is the playoffs, basketball playoffs. for the kiddo and a bunch of other stuff I can't even remember right now. So, but I will be doing a video for the Wikipedia. I made a list of. Second, yeah. Ew! I just licked my fingers after I touched the duck. Meditations. Okay, so I'm going to do a video about meditation sometime next week. I'm hoping to get it out by Tuesday afternoon. Monday is officially my day off, but my husband and I are starting like a game that we're going to be playing together as both players. On Monday, it'll be every other Monday though, so I'll still have Mondays to do things. And I'm also going to try to set up, I think I want to do chats for the Discord channel. But I want to set up a something there. I'm thinking maybe just doing kind of an office hours kind of thing. It's very hard for me to do the things in the evening because I work in the evening. Most of my money making schedule there is between 5 and 11 at night. So my time. So I need to work something out. I mean, one of the people who come most often are on the other side of the world, and it's actually early in the day for them. But that's probably the best time for them. So maybe every other Saturday when I'm not doing the thing with my husband. Anyhow, that's my thoughts about beginning spells for witches. We do have lots of stuff on the Wikipedia. You should definitely check that out. And I will put all the links, including to the Discord, down below. Say goodbye, Abigail. Abigail quacked for the first time today. That's how she got her name. Because before she quacked, we didn't know if she was a boy or girl. So she was going to be Toby. Alrighty. Again, have a great weekend. I will be here on Monday. I will be talking about, I don't know, but I will put it on the schedule. The patrons will definitely know on Patreon. And hopefully it'll work better next time than it did this morning. Bye.